Thank you. You're driving with no taillights.
You gotta flip the thing. There.
Yep. You have your driver's license, registration, insurance. No one's wearing seatbelts. That's safe.
I gotta pull the insurance up on my phone.
Who's the owner of the car?
I am. I gotta pull the insurance up on my phone.
What's your current address?
That one. I haven't been here very long. Been here like 4 days.
4 days?
Yes, this is my address.
Well, you have two different addresses. Which is it?
This one.
Okay, well, you just told me it was this one.
No, I didn't. I made this one on my ID. As I was pulling it out, I didn't say that one. I said this one as I was pulling it out of my wallet.
What's your current address?
That one. I haven't been here very long.
I'm asking you and referring to this one. So before you go down the road of attitude...
Alright guys, welcome back to the series where everyday traffic stops turn into unbelievable courtroom drama. Today's case begins like many others, simple, routine, and completely avoidable. A police officer notices a vehicle driving down the road with no working tail lights, something that immediately catches his attention during a night patrol. What should have been nothing more than a quick stop and maybe a friendly warning slowly starts to unravel into something far more chaotic. As the officer approaches the vehicle, he quickly notices another problem. No one inside the car appears to be wearing a seatbelt. That alone already raises concerns about safety. The driver seems cooperative at first, handing over his license, but tension quietly builds when the officer begins asking basic questions about registration, insurance, and the current address of the vehicle's owner.
I'll take your driver's license.
Would you like my insurance also?
Yes, please. And I'm asking the driver because he's the one operating the motor vehicle. So I'm still waiting on the insurance, please.
You're asking for insurance?
Yes, the insurance.
Okay.
The insurance is on her phone.
And you really shouldn't be smoking with a baby back here. So before I take you to jail for endangering him, I would suggest you putting that out. Because I will do it in a heartbeat. So put the cigarette out.
Why do you...
Now listen carefully, because this is where things start to get interesting. The officer asks a very simple question. What is your current address? Normally, this takes about 2 seconds to answer. But instead of a clear response, confusion and attitude begin creeping into the conversation. The driver and the passenger start mentioning different addresses, one listed on the ID and another supposedly being their current residence. To the officer, this immediately feels suspicious. 2 addresses, hesitation, and unclear answers can signal anything from outdated identification to something much more serious. The officer calmly tries to clarify the information, but the passenger's tone quickly shifts from cooperative to defensive. And that's the moment experienced officers recognize instantly. When someone reacts with attitude to a basic question, it often means there's something they don't want examined too closely.
I did not.
Get out of the car! Get out of the car.
No,
Get out of the... You just put the cigarette out.
No, I didn't. I put it the f*** out
Get
and threw
out.
it over there.
Get out, you're gonna get sprayed. Get out, you're gonna get sprayed. Get out. Get out, or you're gonna get sprayed. Put your hands behind your back.
No.
Put your hands behind your back.
Why?
You're gonna get sprayed. Hold on. Hold on. Stop. 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 You're gonna get tased.
Uncalled.
You're gonna get tased.
No.
Stop.
Video.
Let her go.
God damn it.
Let her go. Let her go.
Alright folks, this is where the tension begins to spike. While the officer continues asking for insurance verification, he notices something even more concerning in the back seat, a baby. And standing out like a flashing warning sign is the cigarette burning in the passenger's hand. Smoking around a child inside a confined vehicle is already alarming, and the officer wastes no time addressing it. Calm but firm, he advises her to put the cigarette out immediately. What should have been a simple act of compliance instead turns into confrontation. Instead of acknowledging the concern, the woman questions the officer's attitude. Now this might seem like a small moment, but in police encounters, these tiny decisions often determine how the entire situation unfolds. A quick apology could have ended everything right there. But instead, the conversation moves dangerously closer to escalation.
Turn around! Turn around! Let's get some other units over here. Taser deployed.
Are you serious?
Get your hands behind your back.
This is
Table going in at 1033, 206, 1033.
Get out of the car. 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 She made a bad move. Turn around. Hand her your back.
And this right here is the turning point, the moment when a routine stop transforms into a full-blown confrontation. The officer orders the passenger to step out of the vehicle. His voice is louder now, more direct, because compliance is no longer optional. Instead of stepping out calmly, the woman begins resisting. The officer warns her clearly, get out of the car or she will be sprayed. Still, she argues. Within seconds the situation spirals into chaos. Commands are repeated, tension skyrockets, and suddenly backup tactics come into play. What we are witnessing here is the classic moment where defiance meets authority. Officers are trained to move quickly when compliance disappears, because hesitation can create serious danger. And as the woman continues resisting, the officer prepares for the next step of force that could bring the encounter back under control.
What do you mean? I didn't flick anything at you.
Right on camera, okay?
I didn't flick it at you.
It's
I
not even
put
out.
it out.
Stop.
I knocked the
Stop.
cherry out and threw it
Quiet.
over there.
Stop.
If I flick anything at you,
Is everybody else?
No. Go that way. What are you doing? Go that way. So, you're under arrest.
That's my son in there.
Unhandcuff her and make sure she has no weapons so she can take care of her kid.
Now watch closely, because this is textbook law enforcement escalation. Once the taser appears, the tone of the entire encounter shifts instantly. The officer is no longer negotiating, he is restoring control. Police training revolves around something called progressive force. That means every refusal to comply raises the level of response. First verbal commands, then physical control, and finally tools like tasers when resistance continues. The passenger had multiple chances to cooperate, but each moment of defiance pushed the situation further. Even after being warned repeatedly, she continued arguing instead of following instructions. And when someone refuses to obey lawful commands during a traffic stop, officers must act quickly to prevent things from becoming even more dangerous. Within seconds, the confrontation turns physical as the officer works to secure the suspect and restore order.
You do. Everything you're doing was recorded from the beginning, from the get-go. Audio and video, okay? On my body cam. I'll put it in my report. Yeah, probably fentanyl. Yeah, probably fentanyl.
Oh, yep, there we go.
Oh, Jesus. That's
Sure.
really, yeah.
Alright.
Yep. Dope right there, brother. Yeah, it's fine.
Alright, fucking shoot. That's a letter.
You don't shoot your fentanyl?
I don't shoot.
You smoke it?
I don't even smoke it.
Oh, okay. You eat it?
No, I don't even fucking do it.
No, it ain't yours, that's right. Alright.
I really don't do fucking fentanyl.
There it is. In your pocket.
I don't do that shit.
Despite the chaos unfolding around him, the officer does something extremely important. He remains focused on safety. Once the suspect is restrained, his attention immediately shifts back to the child still inside the vehicle. This is a critical moment that often gets overlooked in these viral incidents. Officers are trained not just to enforce laws, but also to protect vulnerable individuals caught in the middle of dangerous situations. While the woman continues asking what she did wrong, the officer calmly begins securing the scene. Her hands are restrained, her position is controlled, and the officer checks to ensure no weapons are present. Meanwhile, the child's safety becomes the top priority. Even after the physical struggle and verbal chaos, the officer keeps his composure, showing the kind of professionalism that law enforcement training is designed to produce.